Florence Nightingale was a British nurse, best known as the founder of modern nursing. She did not only save countless of lives, but also greatly influenced nursing profession. This PowerPoint will briefly introduce Florence, explore her leadership values and attributes, and contributions that Florence had brought to the nursing profession. On May 12, 1820, Florence was born in Florence, Italy. When she was a teenager, she believed nursing was her calling. 1850, Florence went to Germany for studying and voluntarily worked in hospitals. October 1853, the Crimean War broke out. 1854, more than 18,000 soldiers had been admitted into military hospitals. The lack of medical facilities and dreadful unsanitary conditions led to the high mortality rate in British military hospital. 1854, Florence assembled a team of 38 nurses to treat the injured soldiers in the Crimea. November 4, 1854, they arrived at the military camp of British soldiers. Injured soldiers were left on the floor. Doctors were trying to manage patients with basic facilities in dirty environment. Florence utilized her statistical skills to record the mortality rate in the hospital and found out most of the deaths were from infectious disease. With their efforts of providing individual care and creating a clean and sanitary environment, Florence and her team lowered the mortality from 60% to 42% and then to 2.2%. Florence, like mothers for soldiers, she spent most of her time caring for the soldiers in the hospital. She was called the Lady of the Lamp because she used to carry a lamp while making her rounds in the evenings. In 1856, Florence returned from the war. She suggested reforms for other military hospitals and camps under poor conditions. In 1857, as Florence requested, the Royal Commission for the Health of the Army was established, which aimed to improve the health of the British military. Florence created a special pie chart called a polar area diagram, now known as the Nightingale Rose diagram. It showed how the sanitary commissions were contributed to the decreased mortality. In 1860, the Nightingale Training School at St. Thomas Hospital was established. It is the world's first school aimed at nursing education. At the same year, Florence published the first book in nursing education. It gives advice on patient care and safe hospital environment. In her later years, Florence was often bedridden from a disease that she got it when providing care in Crimea, but she continued to advocate for safe nursing practice until her death. August 13, 1910, Florence passed away at the age of 90. Florence was a courageous and brave lady. She always stands up for what she believed, regardless of consequences. Florence displayed much courage in her life, and because of courage, she saved numerous ill and injured people. Back in the 19th century, nursing was not considered as a respectable profession. Hospital was scenes of incredible filth and associated with despicable people. Nurses confronted hardship every day and were not honored for their work. Florence was courageous to choose nursing despite these antiquated perspectives. Her bravery was also evidenced by her perseverance and passion in nursing, regardless of her parents' opposition, or she could have lived a comfortable life. Additionally, serving at a military hospital near a battlefield requires great courage. Although Florence did not fight on the battlefield, she fought to save the lives of those who did. It also takes immeasurable bravery to serve at a place where disease and infections is rampant, because of nurses were not guaranteed to leave the hospital after the war safely without being infected or injured. In a way, Florence and other nurses were soldiers themselves. As a critical thinker, Florence has demonstrated that education never stops. She has been stay curious and be open-minded and prove us thinking outside of the box is imperative. Florence utilized her statistical knowledge to record the mortality of casualties and found that most soldiers were dying from preventable disease, such as typhoid and cholera. She discovered that sanitation and hygiene play a significant role in healthcare, and the horrific sanitation is what mainly contributed to the deaths of soldiers. Florence and her team then cleaned up the hospital wards. The sanitary commission flushed out the sewers and improved ventilation. Eventually, with their efforts, the mortality was decreased. In addition, Florence encouraged her students to develop critical thinking by considering the uniqueness of individuals, including their cultures, religions, values, demands, and concerns. Florence greatly demonstrated reinforced the significance of critical thinking for a competent leader, which led her to the discovery and improvement in healthcare conditions. The environmental theory by Florence Nightingale is about the utilization of sanitary environment to improve patient recovery and well-being. Florence's research and analysis on sanitary condition and hygiene has greatly influenced and pushed for reform of the healthcare system, and it led to today's infection control in nursing practice. Florence realized the connection between disease and environmental conditions and noticed cleanliness of the environment played a vital role in improving recovery and well-being of the patient. As mentioned previously, Florence and her team cleaned up the hospital wards to provide a sanitary environment, which successfully reduced the mortality of patients. The development and practice of Florence's environmental theory is regarded as fundamental components to promote good health and provide concepts of sanitation for patient care to nowadays nursing profession. Contributions of Florence had a profound influence on education of modern nursing. Florence believed that healthcare should be accessible for everyone. In 1860, Florence established the first nursing training school in the world, which still exists and locates in London, now known as the Florence Nightingale Faculty of Nursing and Midwifery at King's College. This nursing school particularly teaches and trains nurses for their positions in healthcare. At the same year, Nursing published Notes on Nursing, What It Is and What It Is Not. It is the world's first book in nursing education, which gives suggestions on patient care and safe hospital environment. Initially, nursing was not deemed as a formal profession. There was no regulation or standards for nurses to refer to during patient care. Florence was the first to suggest that nurses ought to be specifically trained and educated for their roles. Hence, Florence is considered as the mother of modern nursing, and turned nursing into a formal and respectable profession. Reading through Florence's life story is heartening and inspiring. Her work and influence to nursing profession cannot be underrated. She becomes the model and guiding light for my future nursing pathway. I've noticed her initiative is what urged her to portray an active part in patient care and make her such a good leader. And I realized I lacked the initiative which is needed to be altered and strengthened. Florence attributed her accomplishments to the fact that she never allows any excuse. I've learned how crucial it is to take the initiative during patient care as well as becoming a leader. Initiative is a work attitude that enables me to work proactively. In a way, it can guide me to solve things without being asked. Initiative also keeps me going when there is obstacle in the way of achieving my goal. Florence's initiative has made her stand out as an excellent and admirable leader. I expect myself to be a nurse and leader with initiative and accountability just like Florence. To reach this expectation, and as a nearly graduating nursing student, I need to take the initiative in my delivery of nursing practice, which includes act on opportunities and develop persistence, so that I'm motivated to move forward even while I encounter hardship during my upcoming new grad program, and potentially improve the quality of patient care. As nurses, we should always perform proactively and initiative to boost efficiency of work and improve patient outcome.